Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. We are so glad that each and every one of you could be here with us today for the grand opening of the Orange County Government Office of Tenant Services. This is a great day, and we're looking forward to great things from this office. It is an important office that will serve the citizens of Orange County and, in many cases, in their moment of greatest need for information and for process. So again, we are thrilled that you are all here today. We are joined by the mayor and members of the Orange County Board of County Commissioners. We have Commissioner Mike Scott, good to see you, Commissioner, and Commissioner Myra Uribe, who is here. Also, Byron Brooks is back here, our county administrator, along with Scott Scraben and Amy as well. So we'll hear more from them in a minute. But we also have with us today the chair of the Board of County Commissioners, who will bring us opening remarks, Mayor Jerry L. Demings. Mayor?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Williamson. Thank you to all of you for being here this afternoon. This is a historic day for our county as we are joined here to officially open the doors to Orange County's Office of Tenant Services. With the support of the Board of County Commission, our staff has really worked tirelessly to hire 4 team members and compile the resources and outfit this new office to the best service for our community, whether they are tenants or landlords. We are bringing both sides together. The Office of Tenant Services, which will be we will all be touring momentarily, has an important mission for us. The office will provide key educational information and referrals to tenants and landlords while enforcing the 60-day rental notice ordinance and tenants' Bill of Rights. Our dedicated staff stands ready and committed to ensuring all of our residents' questions regarding rent and the various concerns will be answered promptly. Equally important is building trust throughout our community. Amy Michaels, Amy is standing here behind me, our new Tenant Services Administrator, has taken resident inquiries and provided tenant services support since early December of last year. She has already fielded 30 phone calls and emails at this time. While you will see a physical space today for these offices, you can also find information on our website at ocfl.net/tenant services. This web page will serve as a one-stop shop for all necessary resident questions, which include frequently asked questions, tenant Bill of Rights, rental notices and the related ordinance, and supporting materials which are available in English, Spanish, and Creole. Of course, that doesn't mean that with the other languages we won't endeavor to communicate with those individuals as well. We're establishing a process to be able to do so. Ultimately, this office will provide residents with information, connect them to available services, and provide landlords and tenants with up-to-date information on new laws and services. With this launch today, Orange County will be one of the few counties in the state of Florida with an office dedicated to tenants and landlords. This is an excellent opportunity to better serve the needs of our residents here in Orange County. At this time, I'd like to bring up our administrator, our new administrator, Ms. Amy Michaels, who will give you additional information. Again, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mayor Demings. I want to thank you all for being here today, as a lot of time and effort and dedication has gone into this moment. I'm proud to share that the Office of Tenant Services is here to provide outreach and education, case management, information referrals to residents of Orange County. We will be able to track cases from start to finish and be able to get people to the services that they need within the county. The Office of Tenant Service will act as a clearinghouse to address issues of landlord and tenant rights for residents located within unincorporated Orange County. Anyone who calls us from a municipality, we will also be able to assist them with the state laws and provide them information to services within their city. The goal of this office is to bridge the gap between tenants and landlords. We want this Office of Tenant Services to be a trusted resource within our community. I want to encourage all of you to visit our website at ocfl.net/tenant services for a full outline of what our office does and does not do. While we will enforce the rental notices ordinance and the tenant bill of rights ordinance, we will not be providing any direct monetary assistance or providing legal advice. Since the Board of County Commissioners vote on January 24th, the office built out the space that we'll show you momentarily. We procured the necessary equipment to run the program and created a new team of 4 key staff members to run day-to-day operations of the Office of Tenant Services. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Ruth Jacques, who is our Tenant Services Program Manager. She is also our French Creole speaking staff member. Aline Robinson, she is a Tenant Services Assistant, and she is our Portuguese speaking staff person. And Casey Ortega Brown is a Tenant Services Assistant. She is the office's Spanish speaking staff. Any person who calls our office and it's not one of these languages, we will find translation for them. I want to let you know that the office is preparing to provide community events throughout the year to educate the public, as well as speaking on panels regarding tenant-landlord issues. We will be able to ensure to make those available through our website for all to view. Lastly, know that our staff is prepared to assist residents through a dedicated email address, which is tenantservices@ocfl.net, and a dedicated phone number, which is 407-836-RENT. And we can also have information found at ocfl.net/tenant services. This is where you will see resources, phone numbers, and be able to find answers to specific questions. Thank you all for being here to help get the message out to our residents. And I would like to introduce Scott Scraven, who is going to provide a memento to our Board of County Commissioners and our mayor.
We should be giving this to you all. It's like the bulk of this work, this team. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great. All right, just prior to the actual ribbon cutting, we see that we have a lot of our members of the media that are here. So while we have the podium here, we're going to go ahead and open it up for questions for our media just prior to the ribbon cutting. So if anyone has a question, please submit it now. We're going to ask you to keep your questions kind of short. There'll be an opportunity after we are done for additional questions once we're done with the tour. So I see a question over here. Yes.
Hi, Molly, Spectrum News. With the rental notice ordinance...
I'm sorry, is the question from Mayor Demings, or who are you addressing it to?
It's for the office, for the...
Okay, Amy.
Services. So, I guess with the 60-day rental notice ordinance, I understand that there's been, some calls about maybe alleged people breaking that ordinance, but up till now, there hasn't really been enforcement ability. Can you maybe characterize, is there a big backlog of complaints, or how will you be getting started with those?
I am aware that we have received a couple of complaints about the rental notices ordinance. As of today, our office does take over the enforcement of that ordinance, and we will be investigating and enforcing for the 5% or more increase of rent or the non-renewal of lease. We will be enforcing that and ensuring that landlords are giving the 60-day notice as required by the ordinance.
Okay, great. And you said that there's a couple, so do you have a sense of how many complaints there have been to this point or not?
I do not. I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Yes, right here, McKenna. If you want to come through, Orlando Weekly.
Hi, I'm a reporter with the Orlando Weekly. I was just,
Okay.
my question is for you. Thank you so much. So has there been any kind of outreach yet to landlords and or residents about, just to kind of raise awareness about the new Tenants Bill of Rights ordinance, for instance, and how that will be enforced?
I have met with several of our stakeholders, the Apartment Association being one of them, and have spoken on some panels to make them aware of that today the ordinance goes into effect. The Office of Tenant Services will enforce the rental notice ordinance and the Tenant Bill of Rights. Any claims of discrimination would be forwarded to Housing and Community Development for investigation, and any building code violations would be forwarded to our code enforcement for investigation of those complaints, but we will keep track of all of those through our database.
Okay, thank you so much.
Is there any language limiting or capping how much rent can go up in a single lease?
No, there is no rent stabilization at this time.
Would you like to have that?
I'm sorry, there's no ordinance in place right now. Thank you. Was there any other question?
I have one. I know we spoke earlier today. Any updated numbers? I know this is only day one and the website just rolled out, the phones are open. How many people have called so far or emailed you guys?
I have had 5 emails so far since the email address has been released, and 1 phone call. I'm sure after this they will pick up.
Hi, Christina Watkins from Watch 2. With the staff being what it is right now, which is fantastic, do you encourage people to reach out via email and phone instead of actually physically coming here? What's the most recommended way for people to get help?
The most recommended way is through the 407-836 rent or through the email address or our website. And the reasoning behind that is because we are going to be providing outreach and education. There may not be all available staff within the office. And so we're able to get back to you at a quicker level if you call us or email us. It's within 1 business day. So you're not going to wait days for us to get back to you. But if you were to come into the office, there could be a delay in providing that service.
I have a question for Mayor Demings, if you don't mind. Mayor, I know this has been a big part of discussion in County Commission board meetings. What does it mean to you to see this finally come to fruition with the opening of the office?
I think this is a great day. It's an opportunity for us to improve as a county the delivery of services to our residents. And with the recent past, we have seen just significant increases in rent within our community. We have seen individuals who have been displaced from their homes because of the hurricanes, and all of that has just created a beehive of activity. And because of that, this office will work in that space with the entire county and other various county departments to make certain that we are addressing the true needs, the housing-related needs of our community. And I dare say there are other needs as well, centered around the different social services that our residents need.
Mayor, you mentioned about a lot of people displaced. They're looking for places to live. They can't find a fiscally place to go. Can this office help place people into apartments, match them up with tenants, and or match them up with landlords and apartment buildings?
They will act as a referral source to other community-based organizations that really will be able to assist that. And in some regards, it may be other county departments that will work in that area. Of course, I'm really excited about the fact that here within our county, we passed and put into effort a Housing for All task force that created a budgetary process where we are trying to leverage and build additional affordable and attainable housing here within our community. And that is something that is part of a larger, I think, response to the crisis that we have now, where there's a lack of available quality housing at an affordable rate for our residents. And so we're working through all of that.
Any more questions, guys? I have one. Okay, McKenna?
I actually have a question for Commissioner Uribe. I understand, if you don't mind, I understand during one of the meetings last year about the Tenants Bill of Rights ordinance, for instance, I think you expressed some concerns about potential limitations of the ordinance or just how well it would be enforced. So do you have any concerns today about potential limitations of this?
Well, I think that today signifies a kickoff of some positivity. This took a lot of work from the county, and we're going to see what they're capable of doing. I think the biggest component is going to be the outreach, and I'm so excited of the team that's going to be able to get that message out across the county. And hopefully when we have our 6-month update, we're going to see that people will know that this will be a credible resource where they can come and feel safe and get that message out. So I'm very confident that the mayor has supported this and all of us commissioners, but more importantly, I'm very excited about the office because I think this is going to be a huge step forward for us. Thank you.
All right, guys. I think if we're ready, Scott, if you want to grab those open with Dr. Williamson.
It only happens every so often.
Okay.
You should see with a shovel.
Good, can we take the ribbon back, since there's a lot of us and a lot of you?
Thank you.